array type. So user will gives you some set of inputs like any numbers. Here you can able to see the sample input 5, 2, 4, 1, 3, 5. Can you able to see this? Okay. Then after reading these inputs, you have to tell whether the given list of array, I mean whether you have given list having all even numbers or odd numbers or mixed array. What is the output you have to give? If all the numbers are even, you have to simply output it as even. If all the numbers are odd, you have to simply output as odd. If all the numbers are mixed, that means it has the combination of both even as well as odd numbers, then you have to output as mixed. Simple basic list based programs. So what is the program given? User will gives you some set of inputs and you have to identify what are whether the input is even or odd or mixed. If Jupyter opens, we will do in Jupyter, otherwise we will go with this. I think you have understand what I am telling. You have understood the program. How we can find whether an list elements are mixed or even or odd? Any ideas? Any ideas from your side? So let's suppose I have a list like this. Can you able to see the screen, ma? Can you able to listen my voice?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's see here. I have a list like this. What type of list it is? What type of list it is? We are discussing about even, odd or mixed. What type of list this one is?
Even, ma'am.
Even, yes. So if user gives in this way, if user input a list, then we can able to tell whether it is even, odd or mixed. That is the program. I think now you understood the program. Okay, I'm just removing this. How to know whether the list having all the even numbers or all the odd numbers or combination of even and odd? Anyone? How can I say either it is even or odd or mixed? Let's consider a function which specify type of array. Let's consider it will specify type of list which takes input one list argument. So we are inputting list argument here. What we are doing? We are inputting list values. Then what we have to do? Now I have list L. In that list I have some n numbers. How to know whether all the elements in that list are even? How to know all the numbers in the list are odd, or combination of even or odd? Any ideas? Again dealing with basic questions. Come on, ma. How to tell whether a list having even or odd or mixed? Any ideas? Okay. Without wasting much time, I will tell you. So what I am doing here means I will take two variables. What I will do? I will take two variables. What is the purpose of these variables means? One variable to count events and the other variable to count odd, and other for odd. అర్థమైందా? I will take two variables. One is even. For even variable count I am taking variable as even. For odd count I am taking variable as odd. Now what I have to do? I will just check each and every number in the list. I will read each and every number in the list and I will test it whether it is even number or odd number. What I will do? I will test whether the number is even or odd. If the number is even, I will increase the even count. What I will do? If the number is even, I will simply increment the even count. If the number is odd, I will increment the odd count. In that way, I will keep on finding out how many even numbers and how many odd numbers present in the given list. If the count of even numbers is equal to the length of the list, what I am telling? If the number of events, if even count equal to length of list, what I want to do? If the count of this event is matching with the length of the list, then I can say all the numbers in the list are even. So what I can output? What I have to output? Simply even, odd or mixed and print cheyali. So I can print or I can return simply as even. For suppose if odd count double equal to length of list, then what I can output? I can return as odd. Otherwise, if both are not matching, even count maximum length ledu, odd count maximum length. So what does it mean? What does it mean? It means that we have mixed array. What does it mean? We have mixed array. That means we have combination of evens as well as odds. I think now you got some rough idea. Shall we start writing the code? Shall we start, ma? So, how to get each and every element in the list? How can I get each and every element in the list? How can I read each and every element in the list? I think without practice you forgot everything. How to read each and every element in the list? For I can use for loop for I in list. So if I mean not list. So here list is L. So for I in L. So what happens if I write in this way? Each list element is assigned to I. Every time when the loop iterates, the next element will be picked from the list. What happens here? At every iteration, next element will be picked from the list. So for I in L, next. How to check whether a given number is even or odd? How to check whether a given number is even or odd? How to check whether a given number is even or odd? If I is divisible with 2, if I is exactly divisible by 2, then I can say that number is even. So if the number is even, I will increment the count of even number. Else, that means the number is not even, then what I can do? I can increment the count of odd. What I can do? I can increment the count of odd. Next. Next. After completion of checking all the elements in the list. Now I have, now we have both even as well as odd count. Now we have both even number as well as odd count. So what we can do now? Now we can check if even count matching with the length of the list. So what I have to return? I have to return or I have to print. What I have to print or I have to return? Ma, manak Jupyter, in this Jupyter notebook, if I return also, the output will be printed on the console. But in ideal or in some other IDs, if I write return, it won't be printed until unless you will print the value. మీరు ప్రింట్ వాల్యూ ప్రింట్ చేస్తే కానీ ప్రింట్ అవ్వదు. ఎనీ డౌట్స్ మా?
నందు కత్తి తీసురా, కత్తి కత్తి తేరా, అక్షయ్ రా కాయలు కోద్దాం.
We can written it as even elif. Now if the first condition is not match, then check with the next condition. Written it as odd. Next, else. What is else case? If we don't have all the even numbers, or if we don't have all the odd numbers, then I can say that matrix as mixed. Shall we run the program? Yes. Type underscore list. Type underscore list. Let's check for even. I'm just giving some even numbers. Let's run the code. Sorry. Even. So let's check it for odd. So I'm just giving some random numbers, some random odd numbers. Let's check it for mixed type. Mixed means combination of both even number and odd number. Let's check. So here we have one even number and three odd numbers. Let's check whether we get odd or even. I think you understood this program. What we have done here, initially we have take two variables to check the count of even numbers and odd numbers. Then we have read each and every element in the list, and we just check whether that number is divisible by 2. If the number is divisible by 2, then I have increment the even count. If the number is not divisible by 2, I have increment the odd count. Next, now we are checking whether even count is equal to length of the list. If it is matching, then I just output as even. If the odd length is matching with length of the list, then I'm just outputting as odd, else it is mixed. Next, moving on to the next program. Any doubts, ma? Next, program to count the number of even and odd elements in an array. What is the program? Program to count the number of evens and odd. So I think we can make changes to this program itself. What are the changes I can make to this program to get count of even and odd numbers? If I make some small changes, I can get the second program. What are those changes? What is this program? If I give 3 1 2 3, I mean count of the total numbers, I mean count of the numbers, then we will get number of odds and evens. What are the changes we have to make to this program? We can simply put a print statement like print even count is even. Simply putting print statement to print even count as well as odd count. That's it, ma. Even count and odd count. Even count is 6, odd count is 0. Even count is 0, odd count is 5. Even count is 1, odd count is 3. Understood? Same program with minor changes, we get the next program. Any doubts here? Next. Next, look at this program. Program to check. Program to check if two arrays are equal or not. What I will do, what I will give? I will give two arrays. What are those two arrays? I mean, I will give two lists. Now I have to check whether both the lists are even or sorry, both the lists are equal or not. How I can tell whether both the lists are equal or not, or both the elements in the array or vector or even or odd, sorry, equal or not. Let's suppose take one thing, check equality. I'm writing a function name as equality. I'm sending a list 1 as well as list 2. What I have to tell them whether both the lists are equal or not equal. How can I tell it? First, before checking elements in the list, first check if both the list having same number of elements. Let's consider my list 1 equal to something like 2, 3, 4, 5. List 2 having something like 4, 5, 2, 3. Let's consider. Okay, how can I say, if you observe these two lists, if I directly compare these two lists, they both are not same. But if you compare each and every element in the list, they are mapping with each other. But you can't say it directly. But for suppose in the next list I have one more element, then what happens? If the first list elements are present in next list, I can't say that we are having same elements in the list. We can't say both are equal. List 1 equal to 2, 3, 4, 5. List 2 equal to, let's consider 4, 5, 6, 2, 3. Whether these two lists are same or different? These two lists are different because we have one more element in the second list. So how can I say these two lists are same or different? When to perform test? Before checking both the lists, what I want to say is, before checking these two lists, firstly let's check length of the list. Length of the list. If both are of same length, If both are of same length, then only we will go and check each element in the list. Then only we will go and check each element in the list. Otherwise, no need. Not same. Then what we have to do? If they are not same, simply we can say they are unequal. They are unequal or not matching or not same. We can directly tell both the lists are not same. First, what I want to check, first we have to check whether both the lists are having same length. If both are having same length, then we will check whether each element is present in the other list or not. If the elements are present in the other list, then I can say both the lists are same. Both the lists are same. Again here we have some other issue. What is that issue? For suppose list 1 we have 2 3, list 2 we have 2 2. Here both the list having same length. If I check, I mean if I check the elements from list 2 to list 1, whether 2 is present in list 1 or not, whether 2 is present in list 1 or not, అలా చెక్ చేసేసి ప్రింట్ చేసాం అనుకోండి, both the list same అని వస్తుంది. So how to check this two list? To remove this conflict, how I can perform the checking? First step, sort elements. First what you can do, sort the elements in the list, either ascending order or descending order. Perform same sort of, I mean same type of sorting. That means either ascending or descending. Next, second step, now start comparing each element in the list. First sort the elements, next compare each elements by index order. According to index order, compare each and every element, whether this element present in the list 1 or list 2 or not, so that you can remove these type of errors. So what is the first step that we have to do? First step is to check whether the list having same number of elements or not. If we have same number of elements, then only we will go and check whether each element is matching with the other element or not. How to check each and every element? Before checking each and every element, first perform sorting of the element, then compare each and every element. So let's perform this task by doing in this way as well as in this way. Okay, we will perform both the ways. Let's consider this one as second way and this one as first way. Let's do this task in two different ways. That means two programs. So now what I am checking? Whether both the lists are having same length or not. If both are having same length, then I will start checking. How to check? What is the first step? I told you. First sort the elements. Sort. L2 dot sort. We have a sort function, so we can sort all the elements in the list. As list is mutable, we can able to perform changes to the list, so we can apply sorting on list. So after sorting, what I will do, for I in range 0 to length of list 1, what I am doing, I am taking each and every index position. So here for list 1 0 1 0 1, I'm comparing elements at 0 index, I'm comparing elements at 1 index, I'm comparing elements at second index, third index, so on. Instead of checking with in command, I'm checking it with index. Instead of using direct list values, I am taking index position. Here I will, I has index position value, index position value. Now how to check? If a of, sorry, list 1 of I not equal to list 2 of I. So here I am checking not matching case. Why I am checking not matching case means, because I can stop the procedure here itself. Without checking the next value, I can stop the procedure. So for that reason, I am writing return not same. What I am returning? I am returning it as not same. Next. After completion of complete for loop, simply here I can return it as సేమ్. అంటే నాకు ఈ ఇఫ్ కండిషన్ ఎప్పుడు ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అవ్వలేదు అనుకోండి, వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్? ఇట్ మీన్స్ దట్ each and every element in the list 1 is matching with each and every element in the list 2. Excuse me, ma. So here, if not matching, I can return it as not same. If matching, I can return it as same. Here we have written some other condition. If length is same, then we have written all this case. If length is not same, then what I can write? If both the lengths are not same, this is for length not same, not same for both lists. Then also we can return directly it as not same. Let's execute this program. Check list 1 equal to, let's take 2 3 4, list 2 equal to quality of L1 L2. Not same. Why these are not same? Because 3 present in L2 but 3 is not present in L1. So let's perform some changes to this. 3 2, 2435, 5324. Whether these two lists are same or different. So we are having same elements, same number of elements and same elements in both the lists. Let's take, for suppose if both are having unequal numbers, that means let's take 2. Purpose I have written this if condition. These two are not same. Any doubts? Next, let's take the same function and just copying the same function. Now, this is the first way of writing the program. Now I am writing the second way of program, what I have told you. What is the second way? This is the first way. This one is the first way. This one is the second way. What is the second way? If the element, I will take one list and I will keep on checking with the other list. If the element is present in the other, I mean, in this also. So we have all the, let's remove this. So if both the lengths are matching, then we will compare elements in the list. If length is not matching, we can simply say it as not same. Here, if the length are matching, then for I in list L1, so I'm taking list 1. Now I'm checking it with list 2 element. If I in list 2, I not in. So here also I am checking the negative case. Here also I am checking negative case. Case means element not found case. సో నేను ఫస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకున్నాను, ఐ మీన్ L1 లో ఒక ఎలిమెంట్ తీసుకున్నాను. నౌ ఐఎమ్ చెకింగ్ వెదర్ ద ఎలిమెంట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఇన్ లిస్ట్ 2. ఆ ఎలిమెంట్ లిస్ట్ 2 లో ఉందా లేదా. ఉండకపోతే ఏం చేద్దాం అనుకుంటున్నాం? ఇఫ్ ద ఎలిమెంట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఫౌండ్ ఇన్ లిస్ట్, ఐ విల్ సింప్లీ రిటర్న్ ఇట్ యాజ్ నాట్ సేమ్. నాకు ఎలిమెంట్ లేదు ఇంకో లిస్ట్ లో నాకు కావాల్సిన ఎలిమెంట్, సో ఐ కెన్ సింప్లీ రిటర్న్ ఇట్ యాజ్ నాట్ సేమ్. After completion of entire for loop, if all the elements are present, then I can simply say it as same. So this is the first way of checking the list, and this one is the second way. Why I haven't opt this one is, I will prove why I haven't opt this. Let's copy the same. Let's check for this. Sorry. Okay, not same. Let's check for the other list. Same. Okay, let's check for the next one. Okay, for all these things we are getting same output. Now I will show you where we will get a different output. let's consider L1 equal to something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Let's consider L2 equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now both the lists having same length. Now if I execute the same program with second type of coding, then what happens? Let's check. Same. So whether these two lists are same. So if you execute the same code with this first one, you don't get that. Let's say re-execute it. Not same. అర్థమవుతుందా? Same input for both the functions, but here I'm getting same, but here I'm getting not same. ఇక్కడ ఏం చేస్తున్నాను సెకండ్ కోడ్ లో, ఐ మీన్ ఇన్ దిస్ సెకండ్ వే I'm comparing each and every element in the first list with every element in the second list. Not every element, we are checking whether the first, I mean elements in the first list, whether that element is found in the second list or not. Equality properగా చెక్ అవ్వట్లేదు, సో I haven't opt this way. If you want to opt this way, what you have to do means you have to iterate to both the loops. అంటే ఏం చేయాలంటే ఒక లూప్ ది కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత నెక్స్ట్ లూపింగ్ కూడా స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. లైక్ ఈ ఫర్ లూప్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోతే నెక్స్ట్ ఈ ఇంకో ఫర్ లూప్ కూడా, అంటే లిస్ట్ 2 సైడ్ నుంచి కూడా కన్సిడర్ చేసి ఇక్కడ కూడా మీరు చెక్ చేయాలి. రివర్స్ కండిషన్, if both are successfully executed without any errors, then I can return as same. If now if you check this code, then you will get not same. Now if I execute this one, I haven't executed this here. Now if I execute here, you will get not same. అనిపిస్తుందా? ఇప్పుడు నాట్ సేమ్ వచ్చింది, ఇందాక సేమ్ వచ్చింది. ఇందాక ఏం చేసాం, ఓన్లీ ఒక లిస్ట్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ తో ఇంకో లిస్ట్ కంపేర్ చేసుకున్నాం. బట్ వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ, వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ ఇన్ బోత్ ద సైడ్స్. వీ హ్యావ్ టు చెక్ ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇన్ ద ఫస్ట్ లిస్ట్ విత్ ఆల్ ద ఎలిమెంట్స్ ఇన్ ద సెకండ్ లిస్ట్. ఇన్ ద సేమ్ వే వీ హ్యావ్ టు పర్ఫార్మ్ రివర్స్ చెకింగ్. దెన్ ఓన్లీ వీ విల్ గెట్ కరెక్ట్ ఆన్సర్. So this is one way of programming to check equality, and the second way is by sorting all the elements and comparing each and every element in the list based on the index positions. This is one way of checking elements, and this is the other way. మా దీంట్లో మీరు ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఇది గుర్తుంచుకోవటం కాదు, దీంట్లో చెప్పే కాన్సెప్ట్స్ అంటే లైక్ సార్ట్ ఫంక్షన్, లెంత్ ఫంక్షన్, ఇవన్నీ మీకు రివిజన్ కోసం ఇన్నిసార్లు చెప్తున్నా. అండ్ ఐ ఆల్సో థింక్ దట్ యూ కెన్ ఏబుల్ టు లెర్న్ different ways of or different style of programming. Any doubts in this two programs, why I have written in this way or in this way? So what are the programs we have discussed in this class? What are the programs we have discussed? Any doubts? Okay. Let's go with the next. Look at this program. Program to find the sum of perfect square elements in a array. What is the program? Program to find the sum of perfect square elements in an array. So you will give some set of list values. In that you have to find out what are the perfect squares. If the number is perfect square, then you have to perform summation of the number. What is the task? Let's consider here it is an input. So in the input you will get some list of elements. What is the next step you have to do? You have to find out what are the perfect squares. So here if you observe 1 is not, 1 is a perfect square. 4 is a perfect square. That means you will get 4 from 2 square. You will get 9 from 3 square. So those numbers, a number right is, I mean, if the number is formed by squaring of some other number, then that number is called as perfect square. If I or you can check it in the different way, like if I apply square root of this number, if you get absolute, I mean without any decimals, if you get complete whole number, then you can say that number as perfect square. For suppose root of 1, what is root of 1? Square root of 1 is 1, so I can say it as perfect square. Square root of 2, if I apply square root of 2, you will get 1.414. You don't get single value. So if you found any decimal points after a number, then you can say that number is not a perfect square. Next, 3, if you consider 3, you will get 1.7 so and so. So it is also not a perfect square. If I apply square root of 4, then you will get a number 2. What does it mean? What does it mean, ma'am? I will get number 2. What does it mean? It is a whole number. So I can say 4 as perfect square. Next, number 5. What is 5? Square root of 5. If I apply square root of 5, I will get value something like 2 point something. So it is not a perfect square because we have not get a complete whole number. Root of 9. If I apply square root of 9, you will get, what you will get? You will get number 3. 3 after 3 you don't found any decimal points, so I can say 3 as I mean 9 as perfect square. So first in your list you have to identify perfect squares. After identifying perfect squares, apply summation of those numbers and you have to print sum of perfect squares. So we will discuss this program in next class. I mean, I will text you the code of this program in next class. Up to now, is this clear, ma? Any doubts in today's class? Any doubts in today's class? Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you don't have doubts, I will stop the session at this point. Okay, ma?
No, ma'am. No
Next.
doubts, ma'am.
Okay. Komali, madam?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You can leave.